And I'm live. Hi everyone, welcome back to why am I holding this? Let me put this away. Hi everyone, welcome back to Mouth on the Eyes, a podcast where we aim at melting away our insecurities and actually emerging as the best versions of ourselves. This is episode 20, part 2 of Shireen's Anyways, a series where we learn to win no matter what. We don't understand that despite the challenges, despite the difficulties we may face, we may experience in our lives, we get to win no matter what. Today I'm set up in a different place in my room. I hope you like this setup. I hope you like this angle. Let's get right into it. Oh, I see. I have someone here. Hi, Glow Glow. Hi. Thank you for being here. So we're gonna get right into it. So today's part 2 of how to sell without shrinking and how to stop performing, right? So I have my notes right here on my tablet. Let me just see. So first of all, I want to know if it's your first time listening to this series. I want to tell you thank you for being here. I'm so happy to have you here. Also, I want to know if it's your first time. Type in the comment section, it's my first time. And if it's not your first time, let me know how long you've been here with me. When did you first start watching? I want to know all the details. Let me know. So yesterday I spoke about how to sell without shrinking in episode 1. And I told you that the first part to stop shrinking is honestly recognize your gifts, because there are things that you honestly do that you're so good at that you really take for granted all the time because you think, oh, everyone is good at this. No, that's not the truth. The things that you think that come so easy for you that you take for granted, that is how you can begin to know what you can start to market and what you can really start to capitalize on, the gifts that God has put into you. So episode 1, I go all the way into those details. If you want to check that out, do so. I'll try to link that in my description later on. But today I want to go beyond that though. I want to say, now that you know the gifts that you have, now that you're aware of the things that you're so good at, the things that no one else can do like you. And in the episode before this one, I give you like journal exercises that you can do to figure out what that is for you. So now that you know what those things are for you, you really have to learn to own that. Oh, thank you. She said I look good. Thank you. So you really have to learn to own that. And before I continue, I forgot to mention this. I always say this. If you haven't, grab your water. I have my water here. I always drink in the water bottle. And someone that I love was making fun of me that I should drink in a mug next time. So I have my mug here. If you know who you are, here's the mug. I don't drink from water bottles anymore when I'm live. So there you go. So grab your water. Grab your coffee. Let's get right into it. So, how to start selling without shrinking? You just have to be aware of the gift that you have. First of all, like I mentioned in episode 1, when you're aware of that gift, you no longer feel the need to shrink, because you understand that the thing that you're offering the world is not based on validation. It's not based on like the world metrics. It's purely based on assignment, because when you understand that you have a gift and that it's meant to serve a specific group of people, you're no longer bothered by how you're perceived by others. You understand that those who are meant for you will eventually find you when the time comes. And you might be thinking, well, man, I've actually been posting. I've made all these offers. I maybe even took your course. I don't know. And I'm still not having the results that I want to have. And I've mentioned this before, but I feel like when you just start, it can feel like nobody is watching you. But think about it this way. Just like when you want to go to a location, let's say you want to go to Walmart, for example, you're going to pull out your phone, you're going to put on like the address to the Walmart you want to go to, and then you're going to go there, right? It's the same way for this. Now I'll explain. When, for example, the people that are meant to find you, because people out there are meant to receive your gift, right? They exist, or else you wouldn't have the gift that you have, or you wouldn't really want to offer the offers that you're offering. So just like how they are thinking, oh my goodness, God, is there a person who can help me with X, Y, and Z? And let's say you have X, Y, and Z that you were born with, right? They can't really find you because your signal is not very strong. Like a GPS signal, first of all, they don't have your coordinates. So they can't just like type your address and say, oh, I want to find, let's say my sister Gloria is here with me. Let's say I want to find Gloria. They don't have your address. So they can't just like put in your coordinates and then just find you. It's not going to be that easy. You're going to have to make that signal very, very strong. And how to make that signal very, very strong is by showing up even when they're not there. Most people would think, oh, I actually have to wait for people to look at me, for people to notice me before I start making my offers, before I start my business. That's the absolute lie. because those that are meant for you can't find you until you start, because your signal won't be that strong. Like I mentioned with the GPS, what happens is that the more you create and the more you really disconnect from what I call the worldview, where you're grounded in validation, you're grounded in attention, and you're really grounded mostly in God's view, which is really based on confirmation and assignment, you realize that you no longer focus on the worldview. The worldview, they can do what they want, you're doing what you gotta do, okay? And when you get into that place, you just start to show up, whether you have one person in the life like I have right now, and sometimes I have nobody in the life. People might watch afterwards, and I'm still showing up. I don't let that be a reason why I'm not going to show. I don't let that mean something about my worthiness. I don't let it define something about what I can, I cannot do. I understand that I'm in a position where I'm just making my signal as strong as I can. That way, people that are meant for me can find me like this. And there'll come a day when people will literally arrange their schedules around these lives that I'm making. But if I don't make the signal strong, then how would they find me? So you're wondering why people that are meant for you, why aren't they finding you? Why can't they locate you when your signal is so weak? It's like you're literally in the forest and you have like less than 1 bar, and you're wondering why can't SOS? Why can't they find me? You have less than 1 bar. How can they find you? It's literally impossible. I know that prayer is really good. We pray and like we put our intentions out there in the world. And at the same time too, you have to be somewhat realistic. You have to understand that your signal has to be very strong for those people to actually find you, right? So just like when you're in the forest, you literally have 1 bar. But when you keep posting, when you keep showing up, and when you really divorce the idea that your worthiness is tied to the results that you have. Your worthiness is tied to the attention that you have. Your worthiness is tied to the likes that you have. Your worthiness is tied to the way you're treated, the way you're being received online. I'm going to take a sip of water. Very nice. When you no longer feel like your worthiness is tied to any of those things, you can just show up. You can just make that signal so strong. And you can just, sorry, I keep looking outside. I just hear sounds. You can just show up and you can just literally make that sound, that signal very, very strong. And what happens is that you keep showing up today. Tomorrow you keep showing up. By like day 200, as you may or may not know, I myself am doing a 200-day challenge. Where every single day I'm showing up here. Of course, I'm giving you so much value. But the other reason for showing up every single day is because I'm making my signal stronger. That way, those that are meant for me, more of them can realize that actually Human is my goal. And how would they know Human is my goal? Because they are seeing more versions of me. They are seeing different sides of me. They are seeing different angles of me. And they're realizing, wow, I didn't realize Human had this much depth. Or maybe something I'll say, I don't know, in the life I'll make five episodes from now will just click in their heads, right? And it will make them realize that actually I'm their person. But if I don't do that, if I don't show up like that, if I don't make my signal super strong, then how would they know? Right? How would they know that I'm the one for them? How would they know that I'm meant for them if I don't show up? If they don't know I'm meant for them, how can I sell? Because really selling is honestly based on value. And if those people don't feel like I'm giving them any value because I haven't given them anything to make them feel like I'm that person, so how can I give them any value? How can I sell? Because I feel like if you're here, you're like me. Of course, you want to have a business, but of course, you also want to make the world a better place. You want to make this world a better place. You want to contribute. You want to contribute to the world being a better place. You want to use your gift as a medium, as a channel for making the world a better place. And you also want to get paid for that because it's your gift, it's your birthright for that to happen, right? But how can they find you if you're too afraid to show up? If you're shrinking because you don't want to make yourself too big? And by the way, I am a tall girl, and I didn't always feel super confident standing super tall, standing actually at my full height, because I used to get bullied in school for being the tall girl. And now I honor that. I stand out. I don't shrink anymore because I understand that those that wanted to shrink are the ones that actually are afraid of your power. And if you keep shrinking, it's a sign that you're also afraid of your power. So it's time for you to stand tall. I don't know how tall you are, but right now, just stand. How are you sitting? If you're sitting listening to this, sit straight. If you're walking while you're listening to this, stand a bit taller. Stand a bit taller. If you are standing. Oh yeah, it's like standing or sitting. Sit a bit taller. Stand a bit taller, and decide that you're no longer going to be shrinking. Because shrinking is what you are afraid to be seen in this moment, or you don't feel like you're full in your power in this moment, and you don't want to be seen. You don't want to be seen. Why don't you want to be seen? Why are you so afraid of being seen? And there's a reason why when they now look at you, you now begin to perform, you begin to act out, you begin to perform as something that is not even you. Again, you're performing back to the signal. The signal, sorry, I think my thing is a mirror image. If I'm doing back, it looks like it's forward. Just in this way then. Back to the signal. Your signal will not have mixed feelings. One day they come, they feel human. Another day they come, they feel someone else. They feel the mask that is not human. How can they recognize me? They want the real human. Just like your people. Earlier here, I had my good sis Gloria. They might want the real Gloria, for example. But if you're Gloria and you're not showing up, you're showing up with a mask now. You're not really showing up as a full self. You're not really, you're afraid to make little mistakes. You're just afraid to just show up as who you are in this moment. That's all you have to do. Show up as much as you can. The entirety of you, of who you are. The entirety of who you are. That is the whole point. Because when you can honestly bring more of who you are in every time, every life, every video you make, every short you make, the more that signal gets stronger. It doesn't get strong in the wrong direction. It gets stronger in the right direction. Because now, people that are meant for you, they will find you, honey. Or they will find you. And when they find you, they'll be thinking and wondering, where have you been all my life? They'll be singing that Rihanna song, where have you been all my life? I've been everywhere, girl, looking for you, boy. You get the point. We're gonna have a celebration party when they find you who is your person. Because I promise you, if you have a thing to offer from your heart, if you have a thing you want to share from your heart, there are people who need that thing. That thing is so needed. That thing is so needed in the world. If you keep shrinking, I see there's someone here. Hi. If you keep shrinking, if you keep performing, how will they find you? No, tell me, how will they find you? If you keep putting on a mask and you keep pretending, you keep acting and thinking that if I act like this, then they will like me, then how will they find you? And I mentioned again the signal. Your signal needs to be strong because you need to show up. It's not enough to show up every single day. Showing up every single day as the real you, or as the person, or as a version of yourself you are right now, owning who you are right now, owning your values, owning the person that you are, owning what you are, respecting yourself. The entire, as much as possible, as you can see, I'm studying and I keep going. As much as possible, the entire year. Then that signal really gets stronger in the right direction. Then it's only a matter of time. When we think, human, how long? Give me a specific time, human. I have what I call kick over cherry. Should I call it kick over cherry effect? Kick over cherry effect. Let's call it that. Where I say that, when you're only focused on that outcome, on that sale, on that 10,000 views you want, on that 100,000 subscribers you want, even 10,000 subscribers you want, whatever it is you want, that is a cherry. And I say you have to flip it. Instead of obsessing over the cherry, you have to be more cake obsessed. And to make the cake, you have to start thinking, what kind of cake do I want to make? Do I want to make a chocolate cake? Do I want to make a lemon cake? Do I want to make a chocolate cheesecake? I love chocolate cheesecake. Do I want to make, I don't know, what other cakes do people have? I know they have mango mousse cake at Portos. Whatever cake you want to make, you have to start thinking about what kind of a cake you want to make. Then you have to start gathering the ingredients. Then you have to create the cake. Okay? When you're focused on the results, you're focusing on selling, focusing on having 10,000 views, focusing on all those outcomes, you're focusing over the cherry. And I believe that you should be cake obsessed, not the cherry. The cherry is like the cherry on top, is the extra. It's what makes everything, it makes it nicer, but it's not a necessity. Which means that everything you want to do right now, You can do it without that cherry. But I feel like the world, what I call the world view, makes us feel like we're just chasing after the cherry. We're chasing after, oh my God, I just have to have this cherry. When God wants you to be focused over over the cake. Because when you can enjoy that cake, Gloria Williams, do you remember me? You're Gloria, right? I know you. You're my sister. Or is this another Gloria? If you're a different Gloria, let me know. I don't know. Like I was saying, you have to be cake obsessed, like focusing on making that cake. In that cake, it's obviously like an analogy, right? The cake is actually like the things you want to do. Let's say you want to have 10,000 subscribers on YouTube, for example. Whatever it is you want to do, whether it's in your business, in your education, whatever it is, the cherry is 10,000 views. Now, everything you do to get to the 10,000 views is the cake. Thinking about the kind of content you want to create, thinking about the kind of people you want to help, the kind of impact you want to have on the world, the kind of joy you want to bring to people around you, the kind of joy you want to experience while doing this. Because when you share your gifts with others, you get nourished as much as they get nourished. It's like a two-way street, right? So don't just be focused on, they're going to get a lot, but know that as you give them, you're also going to receive, right? So imagine what it would be like if you approach selling this way. If you approach selling this way, where you're so cake obsessed, you actually enjoy what you do. You enjoy the process. And I always say this thing, you have to marry the process and you have to divorce the outcome. The outcome is a cherry. The cherry can be so nice, right? But imagine, it's so much nicer when you have a cake. If you have nothing and you're obsessing with the cherry, you're guaranteed going to be miserable for the rest of your life. I told you. That's it. If you're watching this video because you think that you're going to be obsessing over the sales instead of learning everything I've been telling you in this episode, in the previous episode, and you want to be cherry obsessed, you're going to be miserable. Because the whole point of this series, the Shireen's Anyway series, and even this episode, is to really ground into your mind that you can't be cherry obsessed and win. Or even if you win and you're cherry obsessed and you're obsessing over the outcome, over the end, you're not going to enjoy that much because the end is like 1 second. Think about athletes when they're like athletes in the Olympics, right? They prepare for like 10 years. And when they win that gold medal, that's like how many minutes? 2 minutes? So if you're obsessing over the cherry all the time, that's like 2 minutes of 10 years. So you see how you'll be miserable for 10 years and then you get 2 minutes. Is that really worth it? Now imagine if you enjoy that 10-year process. It will feel like one day. It will feel so much fun. Imagine selling that way. When you're selling and you're enjoying yourself, when you're selling and you're grounded in God, when you're selling and you're grounded in your purpose, into having the impact you want to have on the world, into sharing your gifts with others, into being the person you were born to be, without shrinking, without performing, with your stutter. I have a stutter, but I still show up on here. When I stutter, I laugh it off and I embrace who I am. And of course, if you've noticed, if you've been watching the series, I'm getting better. Some days I stutter more than others. As you can see, some days it's just different. And that's perfectly okay. What is that thing that you're hiding? That thing you do so easily? That thing that you're hiding that you think you're so ashamed of, that you think is going to have you disgraced, you think people are going to laugh at you? Own it. Because when you own it, you disempower everyone that wants to make fun of you, even if they exist. You disempower all of that. You take your power back. Because you're saying you want to laugh at me for this thing. I'm proud of this thing. This thing has made me the woman I was born to be. This thing has made me the person I was born to be. This thing. What is your thing? Ooh, it got really hot in here. I'm gonna have some water. What is your thing? Now I really wish I had someone in here, because I could have asked them what they think their thing is. The thing that makes them quirky, the things that makes them imperfect, that thing that makes them think they want to hide. When you can embrace that thing, and you can know the kind of impact you want to make in the world, and you're no longer ashamed to show yourself, and you're willing to make that signal stronger by just showing up every single day. You're willing to be cake obsessed, to enjoy the process, the entire cake making process, from the ingredients to knowing the cake we're going to make, to the baking, to the icing, to the putting together, to the decorating, to everything. You already won. You already won. Like, congratulations. Shake my hand. Actually, high five, girl. High five, sis. Yeah. Yup. You already won. I'll tell you a very personal story. Yesterday, I went live, and I really, this episode yesterday, the part one, it felt very rushed because there was a bunch of noise around my apartment, and I was just so distracted. And if you watch this episode, I apologize, but sorry, not sorry, because I still showed up as myself, and that's the whole point of the Shireen's Anyway series, right? In that episode, I think it got like 1 view or 2 views, and as we speak right now, today is June 26th, sorry. June 26th, and that video got like 2 views. Last time I checked, that was hours ago. I don't know what it is now. And I wasn't even trying to check. I was on my personal channel, and the video came up, right? And I saw it, and I was like, 2 views. And part of me was it stung a little bit, but most of me was like, that is my 2 views. Yes, I own it. Yes, my signal got a bit more stronger. I own this. Ooh, I own this. I'm proud of myself. I embrace this. No more shrinking. I felt so powerful. I felt like a whole new person. I felt like I'd unlocked a new level because I refused to shrink. When you ground yourself in God's view, the thing that the world tells you are embarrassing, the thing that the world tells you should be ashamed of, you begin to wear those things proudly. You begin to wear those things proudly. You begin to wear those things as your crown. Like I tell you every single time to wear your crown. By the way, if you want to remember your crown, if you want to stop shrinking, if you feel like, human, I am ready. I'm ready, human, to honestly stop shrinking, to drop the whole shrinking, to drop it completely, to just like have it just wash off of me, and just to emerge as this empress I was born to be, who remembers her crowns, who knows who she is. Yeah, that is you, girl. That is you, sis. Are you ready? Are you ready to be the woman who owns your quirkiness? I call it crown cringe. Yes, your crown cringe. You have to own it. Mine is a little awkward things. The way I pronounce words, I know my pronunciation is not that great. That is my crown cringe. I know sometimes I stutter. That is my crown cringe. Sometimes I repeat words a little bit here and there. That is my crown cringe. My crown cringe. What is your crown cringe? Do you want to own all of that? Yes. Comment down below, yes. In the comment section, yes. I am ready to own my crown cringe. I am ready to own it. I am ready to no longer shrink, to no longer perform. Performing for who exactly? People who are going to forget you tomorrow when a new trend comes out. People who are in the world view, who nourish themselves on validation and what's the other one? Validation. Is that how you want to live your life? Today they like you, you're very happy. Tomorrow they don't like you, you're sad. Today you have sales, you're very happy. Tomorrow you don't have sales, you're sad. Is that how you want your mental health to be? Up, down, up, down, up, down? That's the world you, sis. And if you're ready to sell without shrinking, it means you're ready to ground yourself in a different soil. You're ready for a different entirely type of nourishment. Comment down below, I'm ready for new nourishment. Like, give me the new nourishment, sis. No more this old food that had us looking crazy out here. Performing, shrinking, that had us looking crazy out here. Begging to be liked, that had us looking crazy out here. Performing for our value. We're ready to let that go. Let's imagine we have a cloak, we're just like taking it off. Now the new human is coming out. The new Gloria is coming out. I know she left earlier, but the new Gloria is coming out. The new Joanne is coming out. What's your name? The new you is coming out. I have crown code, 11 days of shedding, 11 days of renewal, of completely becoming the person you know you were born to be. That shrinking, we're going to do this. Off me shrinking. That performance, of performance, 11 days into emerging as the empress you know you were born to be. Each day you remember a crown. Each day you unlearn a lie. Each day you unmask. You literally remove a mask that you were putting on that was holding you back. And I always suggest, when you look at those lies, write them down on a piece of paper and like reflect on them, sit with them, read them. Don't just read them, allow them to penetrate into your heart. Read them really slowly, take your time. Put a time on your phone if you have to, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes. How long do you want to invest in yourself? Do you want these resources? Do you want to shake off the shrinking? Then put in the time. If you don't invest your time in you, then why are you investing it in? In things that don't benefit you, in things that add no value to your life, in this era, in this day and age? Why? Why? When you have a free resource that I'm offering to you, because I believe you're an empress, I believe you're born for greatness, and I believe you will do great things, and I want to see you do great things. I always have this vision where people that work with me, people that benefit from what I'm offering, I always have this amazing vision where I literally see them winning. And not just winning, I literally see them surpassing me. I see them flying so high. And I'll be like, oh my God, this person took one thing from me and now they're soaring. Now they are flying so high in the sky. I can just see them. I can marvel at their star. And I can say, thank you, God, that I got to contribute. Thank you, God, that I got to be a part of your journey. I want to be a part of your journey. Good. My neighbors again. Sorry for the noise. That I got to be a part of your journey. I want to see that for you, sis. I want that to be us. So I have crowned growth 11 days, sis, of shedding that performance, of masking. And each day you have what I call an empress move, where you take that action to make your signal stronger, to ground yourself deeper into the right soil. The soil of God, the soil of confirmation, the soil of anointing, the soil of your purpose, the soil of your next level, the nutrients in there that will carry you to who you're supposed to be. Crown code down below. If you decide to sign up because you feel like I'm worthy, do you think you're worthy? That's a question for you to answer, sis, but I know you are. The link is down below. So if you decide to sign up, it might end up, the email might end up in your junk, it might end up in your spam. When you get it, I'll give you one advice. Download it right away. Download it right away. Why? Because then you have it 6 months from now, 1 year from now, 10 years from now. When you want to shrink, when you want to start a new project and you see yourself shrinking, you see yourself acting small, you see yourself not fully owning the whole of you, you see yourself performing, then you will know it's time for crown codes. And you can just pull it from your pocket, on your phone, on your tablet, on your computer, wherever you want, because now you have it. And you can begin to let go of the things that you've gone to take from the world. Because really, when you shed everything, it's just you, and you are magnificent, my sister. You are magnificent. But when you start to ground yourself in things that are not really benefiting you, you pick up all these things that you were never meant to carry. That burden you're carrying of shrinking, or being afraid to sell for your offers, it was never meant to be yours. Never meant to be yours, sis. Never. So Chronicles, the link is down below. It is free. 11 days of transformation. 11 days of becoming the person you know you're meant to become. You know you deserve this. If you know you deserve this, don't hold yourself back. Don't hold back, sis. Do what you gotta do for yourself. If you feel like, yo, man, I actually wanted to be in 1 hour. I want to collapse time, yo, man. That's who I am. I have a course that goes with that. It's called Crowned Activation. Crowned Activation. It's so funny because when I watch my live, I sound like I'm saying something else because I know I have an accent and I know my pronunciation needs a lot of improvement. Okay, so I have Crowned Activation down below for a very affordable price, because that's the course, that's a video where you see me guide you like this on video. You feel my presence if you feel you need it. 1 hour, 10 minutes, or 1 hour, 20 minutes. And I teach you how to shift. I teach you how to let go of this guilt, this shame, this fear of expansion. Because you know you want to expand. If you're here, you want to start doing all these things, you know you want to expand. You know you want to expand. But you're holding yourself back. You're holding yourself back. Why? So that's why you in crown activation, just in an hour and some change, 10 minutes, 20 minutes. We shared all of that, and I gave you a 3-step process: return, seal, and reign. That you can do among others. It can be among people. When you get the trigger, you feel like you want to start shrinking, you can just take those 3 steps. Returning to your crown, sealing it, returning to the part of you that wants to shrink, sealing the crown, and then reigning, like taking that empress move like this. I guide you to that process. Like I'm here with you because it's on video, so it's even more fun. 1 second, I'm gonna put on my light. Let's do that. Is it this one? I think. Oh, there's the light. Okay, that's a bit too bright. How is this light, y'all? Oh, I think this is better, right? This is much better, I think. What do you all think? I think this is much better. I'm gonna have some water. Run out of water. So, down below, crown activation, where you literally just learn to just return to that part of you, seal the crown, and just reign with the empress move. Like everything is embodied. Less steps. To the woman who wants to just jump, less steps. And if you're like, yo man, I'm here to sell. I know everything about the crowns. I would love that. But I want to know how to start charging today. You're like, girl, I'm on fire. You won't understand. This girl is on fire. 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 You're like, this girl is on fire, human. I want to start to sell today. I want to start to charge today. I want to charge my magic today. I want to create my offer. I just want to put something on there that it represents me. That is that's my presence all over it. I want to do that, human. I'll tell you, sis, come. I got you, sis. I have 0 views fully crowned. From the name alone, you can know it. I have 0 views. I have 1,000 views. It's still for you, sis. Because again, we're married to our views with things that are tied to our value. How can you sell if you think that your sales are tied to your value? How can you be effective in your sales? Simple, you can't. You can't be effective. Because that energy will be written all over your values, so all over your products, all over your offers. You're going to have to really divorce that. In 0 is fully crowned, we learn to understand that 0 is actually a blessing. We laugh until the wheels fall off. Whether you have 0 views, sis, 1,000 views, 1,000,000,000 views, sis, you're welcome here. You're welcome here if you feel like those views are tied to your value, to your worthiness. Today you have this much views, you're so happy. Tomorrow you have this much views, you're so sad. That yo-yo. Okay. I suggest that you take either crown coronation, the crown codes. Oh, my light died out. Looks like I have to charge it. But I think I look really good in this lighting too. What do y'all think? Yeah, I have to charge my light. Anyways, I suggest you start with crown codes, the free offer, 11-day coronation, or you start with crown activation, the compression, the collapsing of that 11 days into 1 hour that you can just listen to when you need to be hyped up. When you just need, like, I'm going somewhere, I just need the crown right now, give it to me. You just play it. I talk to you like this, and you're done. But either way, I have the 11-day journey for you that anyone can take today, that anyone can take away with today. And I know I'm always talking about the crown codes because I believe that how can you live a life you're meant to live if you're not living in your power? You're constantly going to be giving others your power. You're constantly going to be seeking others to approve of you, to validate you, to uplift you, to tell you everything is going to be okay, to tell you you're okay, to tell you you're doing great. And when they don't do that for you, you crumble. I don't know about you, but I don't think that's sustainable. I don't think that's sustainable for the long term because people have lives, people have obligations, occupations. You can't rely on them to do that for you, to do the thing that God was meant to do for you. To remember your birthright. That is your responsibility, sis. Links are down below. Decide to do something good for yourself today. And when you take the crown codes or you take the crown activation, let me know what your shift was. Let me know what you realized from me. Let me know what you learned. And I gave you so many tips here on how to start selling without shrinking. But if you really want to just take off that performance, I suggest you start with crown codes or crown activation. Either the free offer crown codes or crown activation. If you feel like you're impatient and you're like, oh, girl, crown activation is the one for you. The reason why I think you should start with those two before you go into the how to charge for your worth, that course, is because if you've taken crown codes, the 11-day coronation, or you've taken crown activation, the compression of that even more powerful, like that times 10, and then you don't take that energy, you're not going to zero views fully crowned, the results you're going to have are so amazing. Because let me tell you something. Two people can watch the same video, like this video I'm making right now, this activation I'm making right now, and leave different. Because when they came, they weren't at the same place. Which means that how you start something determines how you end it. And it's not saying that, oh, you mean, what do you mean by that? What I mean by that is that the amount of work a person has done before coming here will determine how much they can take out of this. Because you can have two students in the same school, but they don't end up with the same grade, they don't end up with the same amount of understanding, the same amount of wisdom. Two kids can be listening to their parents, should their mother speak to them, and one child gets so much wisdom, another child gets 20%, one child gets 80%. That's how it is. The child that got 80%, what did he do different? Maybe he had learned something before that the other child hadn't learned. He was more focused, he was more attentive, you can see that. But he was in his power. That's why I wanted to take either crown codes or crown activation before you go into zero views fully crowned. And I'm actually losing money by saying this because zero views fully crowned is a more high-level course. It's actually a course because crown activation is an activation. It's an activation. A powerful activation. Crown codes is an activation that is like a slow burn. Crown activation is like that power in 1 hour, 20 minutes. I'm losing money by saying this because I can just tell you, just go into zero views fully crowned and just pay me the more money. But I wanted to take the most out of that course. I wanted to leave even more transformed. That's why I suggest you start with those other offers. Pick one. If you should pick crown activation, the activation paid course. It is very affordable, by the way. If you take that, I already have the crown codes, the ebook in there. So if you want to take crown activation, you don't have to download the crown code to the link that's down below. You can just go into the link of crown activation, gift yourself that course, pay for it, and then in there you're going to have the crown code. That way afterwards, if you want to check out the crown codes, you can do so. But if you're like, no, now human, I want to just start with the crown codes, the free offer, then you have to use the link I have down here below and download it. And it's going to be, and totally, it's fine with me. Whatever you decide is totally fine with me. But I hope you choose something. But if you're like, human, you know what? I'm actually in my power already, and I want to start with zero views fully crowned. Even though you're giving me this advice, girl, I still want to start with zero views fully crowned because I have this offer, and I want to know how I can just charge for it. I want to laugh, I want to win, and I want to just invoice for it now. Even though I have 0 views, even though I have 1 billion views, and I still feel insecure, then I can go back to the other work. I've given you my advice, but then you are the empress. You know what's best for you. At the end of the day, you are the empress. You're not a loser. You're an empress. So you really decide what's best for you. So how do you sell without shrinking, sis? How do you sell without shrinking? Like I mentioned in episode 1, you become aware of that thing that you do effortlessly, that thing you take for granted. that thing you do so good, people praise you and you think it's nothing, you become aware of that thing. And then you ask yourself, first of all, how can I turn this into something that can benefit others? You create something out of it and offer. And then now today I was telling you really deep into how to stop shrinking. I told you if you want to stop shrinking, you want to stop performing, you have to focus on the cake over the cherry. That's simple. If you want to stop shrinking, you have to remember the crown that you have on your head. If you want to stop shrinking, you have to show up. Like, you have to embrace the whole of you. When you can embrace the whole of you, that is why they will remember your crowns. How can you shrink? When you remember who God made you, when you know that you are made in God's image, how will you shrink? How will you perform? When you know that your presence is more than enough, your presence is everything. You don't have to do anything other than being you. Who you are is more than enough. Who you are is perfect. Who you are is amazing. Who you are is beautiful. Who you are is perfect. Who you are is gorgeous. Who you are is wonderful, phenomenal. Because you're an empress, not of one crown, of many crowns. Which is why if you take any of my offers, I will tell you that. And I'm telling you to you here for free. Because I wanted to live here today, standing tall, like I told you in the beginning. Stand a bit taller. Own your crown cringe. Whatever crown cringe you have, mine is stuttering, mine is repeating words, mine is sometimes, showing up here and, stuttering a little bit sometimes. What is yours? Own that crown cringe. Own that crown cringe. Be bold with it. Show it. I see someone's here. Hello. We're already near the end of the live. So own that crown cringe. Own all of that. And gift yourself a new beginning. Give yourself the right to shed all those things that are holding you back. That's why I have a free offer down below. Crown Codes, 11 days. 11 days. Not today, 11 days to really shed all the performance. To let go of all those things that are holding you back. Why won't you gift it to yourself? Hi, sis. You said, do I remember you? I don't know. You're Gloria, right? Like the Gloria that I only know one Gloria. I don't know if there's another Gloria. I don't know. Let me know. Yeah, so I literally have crown codes down below. It's free. And if you feel like you want to compress it down, like I told you, crown activation is there for you. If you want to start invoicing and charging for your work, Uche's mom at work. Oh, okay. Okay, hi, Ma. Oh my goodness. Okay. I didn't know your name was Gloria. Okay, hi. I was thinking of someone completely different. Hi. I'm so happy to have you here. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for always supporting me. I'm so grateful for that. Thank you so much. I'm gonna blow you some kisses. I know, I never knew your name was Gloria, Ma. Okay, thank you so much. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Yeah, I also like when you keep showing up as yourself, people are going to start recognizing your light, for example. Like this wonderful mommy here, she works with me and now she's watching my lives, supporting me. That's the thing. When you begin to own who you are, people will start to notice you, So I think that'll be all for today. Decide what you want to gift yourself, whether you want to get the crown codes 11 days, whether you want to go faster, you want to collapse time into crown activation. Link is down below if you feel like you want to start charging for your work. Whether you have 1,000 views, 0 views, 1 billion views, it doesn't matter because they didn't appoint you. God appointed you. So don't put that power into the world view. Put it into God's view and do what you gotta do. I will see you tomorrow in episode 21. I love you so much and I'll see you. Bye, Ma. Thank you so much for joining. I appreciate you so much. And if you're watching this, remember to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you tomorrow. Bye. Bye. Oh, dropping my phone. Bye.